Hello everybody, this is Vinnie. This is Sunday Funday Music Style. Everything I'm going to do today has got something to do with music or instruments or equipment or something like that. And even brought out the Rockstar coffee mug. And I'm actually wearing my fire department shirt. I'm wearing everything that has something to do with music. So this is Sunday Funday. This is Vinnie, and this is the world according to Vinnie. Hey, make sure when you see this, if you would, could you please, I know I've got over 200 or some odd people on my Facebook, Vinnie, the world according to Vinnie Facebook. If you could just go onto the YouTube and hit subscribe and hit a like button. If you would do that, I really appreciate that. I'm just trying to get this started. And if I have some subscribers, it kind of helps me out building. This is a long-term venture, and I'm just having fun, as you can tell. Anyway, got a lot of fun things coming up in the next few weeks. I'm still working on some other interviews. I hope you liked Betty Ann Powers, the interview I did with her on her small business that she's doing. So we're going to be doing a lot of that stuff. But it is Sunday Funday Music Style. So, going to start out with my trivia question. And again, music. What musician was deported from Japan in the 1980s for possession of marijuana? That's the trivia question. I'll give you an answer at the end. So, my first story on Sunday Funday Music Edition at the World According to Vinnie. This is interesting. Have you met someone with the same exact name as you? Now, there's not many. I've not met anybody named Vince Kinman, but Paul O'Sullivan from Baltimore, Maryland has. And his fellow Paul O'Sullivans ended up becoming good friends. What's that mean? One night, Paul, he was kind of just adding Paul O'Sullivans on Facebook, and a good amount of them accepted his friend request. O'Sullivan, who has been known as Baltimore Paul, told CBS News. Eventually, their stuff started showing up on their news feed, and I'm like, wait a minute. They were all musicians. You know, it's kind of felt like the universe was daring me to do something with this serendipitous scenario. Baltimore Paul reached out to musical Paul O'Sullivans around the world. Eventually, 3 Pauls agreed to form a musical group. They called themselves the Paul Osullivans Band. Duh. Manchester Paul is on bass. Pennsylvania Paul is on percussion. And Baltimore Paul and Rottingham Paul are on guitar and vocals. So they use their name of where city or wherever and Paul. That is funny. It says in this world, sometimes you think everything's been done. Manchester Paul from UK told CBS News during an interview with the Paul Sullivans, particularly with the internet, everything's been covered, everything's been done. Well, this was probably a first, and it still feels like a first. The Pauls put out a single at the start of 2020, and when the world shut down due to COVID-19, they realized they've been working remotely together anyway, so they decided to use the lockdown to record a whole album. So they are doing that. That's amazing. They recorded their album like an assembly line. Baltimore Paul said he and Rottingham Paul first wrote lyrics and then sent ideas to Manchester Paul for final approval. I'm not a huge lyric writing guy, but within the first day of meeting, the next day he sent me an entire Microsoft Word page of song lyrics, Baltimore Paul said, about Rotterdam Paul. And I was like, man, this might be the beginning of a really cool Lennon-McCartney partnership, if you will. When Pennsylvania Paul asked which one is the Paul McCartney and which one is the John Lennon, Baltimore Paul said it's tricky since they both named Paul. That is something else. That is something else. So good to them. Good to them. Hey, just so you, a lot of y'all know that I have Vinnie and the Moochers with my guys, but we're not all Vinnie. But we have a great time. We're starting to play some gigs. Going to start out in April. So look for VinnieandTheMoochers.com. You can go on there when I upload when the dates are. So next, February 6th, Music to My Ears. Man swallows earbud while sleeping. In Boston, AP, a man is warning people against using headphones while sleeping, while falling asleep after healthcare workers had to remove a wireless earbud from his esophagus. Now, I've done that. I've put my little earbuds, but the problem was, I mean, I didn't like them because I was afraid I'd lose them. So I use Alexa, and it automatically turns off after so long. That's what I do for music. Worcester resident Brad Gothier, who detailed his bizarre experience in a Facebook post, went to bed Monday listening to music. He woke up Tuesday, shoveled snow for about an hour, and then went inside to take a sip of water, but the liquid couldn't go down, and he had to lean over to drain it from his throat. Wow. He also noticed he was missing one of his 2 wireless earbuds, while he said typically uses as he falls asleep. Gaithier's son, I guess, suggests that perhaps his father had swallowed the earbud, which is exactly what an x-ray at a local emergency clinic revealed. Small plastic device was lodged in his lower esophagus. Wow, he said he never experienced more than minor discomfort. He told NBC Boston wanted to share his experience to caution others not to sleep with their headphones. Wow, that's kind of absurd news. And I'm not doing absurd news in a way. I guess it all is. Rockstar. That's some good coffee there. Now, some of y'all, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation announces nominees for 2021 induction. I did say rock and roll, didn't I? New York, February 10th, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation announced today that following nominees for 2021. Mary J. Blige. Just a awesome rock star. Kate Bush. Devo. My band used to do a Devo song, used to do the flower pots. Foo Fighters. Oh my goodness, thank goodness. The Go-Go's. Oh, one of my favorite, Iron Maiden. That needs to happen there. Okay, wait a minute. Jay-Z? Okay, let me go back. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay, Jay-Z. Okay, Chaka Khan. Carole King. Okay, y'all have to help me on this one. I should have looked this up. Fela Kuti. LL Cool J. Like him on, what's that show? NCIS Los Angeles. New York Dolls. Rage Against the Machine. Oh, I like this one. Todd Rundgren. Love it. Tina Turner and Dinah Warwick. To be eligible for nomination, an individual artist or band must have released its first commercial recording 25 years prior to the year of nomination. 7 out of 16 of the nominees are on the ballot for the first time, including Foo Fighters, Go-Go's, Iron Maiden, Jay-Z, Mary J. Blige, and others. Chaka Khan was previously nominated for both solo and with the band Rufus. If elected, Carole King and Tina Turner will become the second and third female artists inducted twice, following Stevie Nicks' 2019 election. I guess she went in, and then Fleetwood Mac. Foo Fighters inducted Dave Grohl, also become twice inducted performer because of his band. So this remarkable ballot reflects. Okay, now this is quote. This remarkable ballot reflects the diversity and depth of the artist and music the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame celebrates, says John Sykes, Chairman, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation. Well, he needs to go. Sorry. These nominees have left an incredible impact on the sonic landscape of the world, influenced countless artists that have followed them. Now, I'm not saying that's not true, but, I mean, it is rock and roll. I mean, there should be an R&B and a hip-hop, Anyway, maybe you say that, and they're in sections of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay, enough of that. Nominee ballots are sent to an international voting body. More than 1,000 artists, historians, and members of the music industry. Factors such as artist's musical influence on the other artist's length and depth of career and body of work, innovation, superiority in style and technique are taken into consideration. Well, at least they're doing that. So the inductees will be announced May 2021, and the ceremony's up in Cleveland. I guess they're going to have tickets. So I guess they're hopefully going to have where they can be later in the fall when they do the ceremony. But hopefully it'll be in Cleveland. Hopefully they'll allow people in there. They should. Come on, let's move forward. Let's go on. So, going to end the show. Got the answer to the trivia question. This is Sunday Funday. There's fire department. All the guys in fire department. I used to love those in Louisville, Kentucky. Rockstar. All the guys in Vinnie and the Moochers. Cheers on a Sunday. The answer to the music trivia question. If you remember, what artist in the 80s got thrown out of Japan for possession of marijuana? And that answer is Paul McCartney. Yes. So, this is Vinny, and this is The World According to Vinny. Check us out. I usually do 3 a week. Going to do some cigar stuff. I'm just going to do stuff that I like. I hope you like it. Hit the subscribe button. If you have comments on like certain topics you want me to hit, why don't you type those out and tell me, hey Vinny, can you talk about this on this show? I'd love to do some stuff like that. Love to answer any of your questions. Hit subscribe, hit the like button. This is Vinny, and this is Sunday Funday Music Style. Y'all take care. Have a great Sunday.